Hey there, Alex Kidman from Alex Reviews Tech, and Apple's just finished up its iPhone 17 launch event. Do I have thoughts? Yeah, of course I do, but I will keep this brief. And look, in a lot of ways, in terms of the new iPhones, while there are some interesting technology changes here, this doesn't feel, at least at first glance, like as much of a revolutionary update as Apple would want to make you believe. It was always thus. Apple events are always a certain quantity of hype. The 17 and 17 Pro Max upgrades are, it seems, mostly just that. Upgrades, with a lot of the focus really on better processing power, potentially better battery life, obviously that remains to be seen, and upgraded cameras, all of which is great, and certainly would represent a solid upgrade from, say, an iPhone 13 or earlier. I will give Apple credit for at least making their Pro model phones in at least one fun colour, because that cosmic orange colour, well, that sure is a choice. Annoyingly for me, the Australian models will not support millimetre wave 5G, but we do at least actually get a proper physical SIM card in the 17 and 17 Pro Max phones. That, of course, is not true for the iPhone Air, which is probably going to get most of the attention today. And of course, the point with the iPhone Air is that it's remarkably thin. And look, just like Samsung with the S25 Edge, I remain super impressed with the engineering on this kind of device, because getting that level of performance into a thinner device is not a trivial matter. Apple spent a lot on R&D here, although of course they're not first to the party. But honestly, as with the S25 Edge, it's a question of compromises, especially around things like long-term battery life, and the fact that as much as Apple might want to dress up its camera capabilities, there's still only the one lens protruding from the back of the iPhone Air. One lens, count them, it won't take you that long. Where I really think the iPhone Air is going to be important is actually next year and in the years that follow. And that's especially true given how heavily the rumour mills are churning around the idea of a foldable iPhone. We've already seen this with the Galaxy Z Fold 7, where the design was very much defined by what Samsung had already done with the S25 Edge. Totally, Apple absolutely will go down that route. If it does release a folding phone, it'll be two iPhone Airs squished together, more or less. Obviously, there's a bit more R&D in it than that. But in this year, in 2025, the iPhone Air, I think is going to be a slightly harder sell. But then, it's a style play, and Apple does sell style very, very well, so I could be completely wrong. The new Apple Watch models appear nice and shiny. Again, an expected kind of upgrade. They needed a bit of a refresh, and obviously they do work superbly well within the Apple ecosystem, though I would love it if Apple could find a way to make the regular Apple Watch series, not the Ultra, last more than an estimated day's worth of battery life. Get onto it, Apple. And on the AirPods Pro 3 front, look, the enhanced ANC certainly sounds nice on paper. I will obviously have to test that to see how well it stands up to Apple's claims. And as someone with a keen interest in language, I'm also keen to hear just how well or how poorly the live translation feature works, and especially how well it works if you don't have some kind of live data connection on your phone or watch at the time. And those are my quick thoughts. I did say I'd keep this quick. Anything jump out at you? Any thoughts you'd like to throw my way? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching.